And I'm a Nike head. And I'm a Nike head. And I'm a Nike head.
Yo, it's Pat, it's dope, man. Reed, as soon as I didn't even walk fully out of the car, Reed say, I'm not feeling these. I said, Reed, these are the VaporMax 95s. We did the VaporMax 97s. He gonna say, but I seen the pictures. So Reed, what would make you feel these? You said it should be a clear bottom?
Yeah, should be.
But when stuff don't even really hit the ground yet, you talking like you don't like them. I think these are pretty dope. I mean, the VaporMax bottoms is really not all the way cool, but this is a classic colorway. So we want to give y'all a detailed on foot, so you guys can see the bottom of these. That neon, that 95 neon on the lace straps, lace locks. You got your Air Max right here. You got your gray, your shades of gray, your fishnet. These are all my words, y'all. All them sneaker geeks. Y'all do y'all thing. I'm doing mine. I'm for the people. Alright, this is on foot of the VaporMax 95. And this is just on foot for y'all. Very, very detailed. You know, Reed said, they had to change these up for him to really like them, but woo! Back up so you can get from afar. I like them. Just the bottom of the shoe is very, cool too. You got your neon. Let's give them the Nike sign right there. Your reflector on the heel. Now we can even go deep into the specs and the shoestrings. You got a reflector right there. More than that. Size 9. Hey, it's Pat is dope, it's Pat is dope, it's Pat is dope. I know you see this right there. Nike Air Max 94. Retail 120. Reed gonna say, what are those? Like, but Reed, let me know, why did you say, what are those? Don't they look like some Air Max?
Oh, for sure, Air Max. I get the vibe. It just look like it's a whole bunch of Air Maxes in one.
Facts. I do want to know the inspiration behind these. I really do. Infrared. It's cool. They walking. Nice ladies walking up while we doing the review. Infrared right there. Nike sign right there. More Nike.
So that was a total adjustment.
More wolf gray. This is a good dope note. Great dope note for y'all. Alright, Reed, man, you the man of the hour always. It's so crazy how they always like, yo, they like what Reed take is gonna be. Are you going with these or are you not? Y'all know Reed said no.
Can't do it.
Can't do them. Since this is a Nike, well, here we go. We'll give you some more. I got some Nike sock dots on right now, but let me give you the on foot of the 94s. I like them. I really do like these Air Max 94s, but it's not about me, it's about you guys. Of course I know. I don't ever put on socks and Air Max. So of course I'm no socking it. I might not even tie these up. Yeah, we know tying it. So Air Max 94. You guys never probably seen these before you day in life. You never seen them. Just let me know if you've seen them first. I'm no socking it. Shout out to everybody. It's Pat is dope. This is your Wolf Gray Infrared White Black Air Max 94. This is $120 for 120. These are pretty dope.
For you to get a commission for selling someone else's product, service, or program, software, anything like that. So if you are linking off to an Amazon shop, you should be getting an affiliate if someone purchases that thing. If you are, you bought a new pair of shoes at Old Navy and you want to link off to them, you should be getting an affiliate income for the person who buys that thing. It is essentially a commission, and the commission amount is dependent on every different affiliate program out there and the different things that you can send people to, but it can range really anywhere from like 3 to like 50%, honestly. So affiliates are a way for you to make commission sending people to buy something of someone else's. Okay, so there's a couple of ways that you can integrate affiliate marketing into your life and into your income streams. One is by blogging or linking in content in general. So when I say blogging, I'm gonna lump Instagram post and YouTube and Facebook and all of that kind of in that one category. But blogging, creating content that then links off to that affiliate program is a really great way to do this. So if you're putting out content, especially if it's content you were going to put out anyway, then putting in affiliate links to the things that you love is amazingly wonderful.
What's up, everybody? I am Jamison Michael. This is Jamie Reviews, and today I am going to give you my review on the latest and greatest from Nike, the Nike Vaporfly 4% Flyknit. So typically running shoes really don't get that much hype, but after last year's Breaking 2 series of shoes, the hype was real. Nike athletes have had countless fast performances wearing various versions of the Vaporfly, and it only became more real once Nike claimed the official marathon record with that shoe, which makes me even more excited to try this year's model. And well, let's stop wasting time and get right into the shoe. So as the name says, this is the Flyknit version of the Vaporfly. Last year's mesh version was very light and simple, and I liked it. The Flyknit version maintains pretty much the same idea. It is very breathable and has a seamless, sleek feel. There are no overlays or cages, just different weaves of knit providing the structure throughout the shoe. Compared to last year's model, the fit was a bit different. While the Flyknit does stretch over time, this version felt a bit narrow and tighter out of the box. It took a few runs to finally break it in. Once that happened, the feel of the shoe started to feel more familiar. Given the shoe is still fairly simple by design, Nike tried to provide a bit more structure in the heel. The heel support felt just a tad more stiff compared to last year's shoe, and it was comfortable as long as I was wearing socks with a higher heel collar. The Flyknit material has a bit more rigid feel to it compared to last year's mesh. Other than that, it's Flyknit. I like the way it looks, I like how breathable it is, and I like how it's simple. Now the midsole setup is pretty much the same as last year's shoe. You got a ZoomX midsole that provides a light, bouncy, plush cushioning. Now I have tried tons of shoes and there's nothing quite like ZoomX. There's close, but not quite the same. A good midfoot cushioning is something I can appreciate in any shoe. In the Vaporfly, it has you covered. But what makes the ride of the shoe stand out is the full-length carbon fiber plate. Just like last year's shoe, it essentially propels you forward. It's one of those shoes that once you get momentum going, it's almost like having cruise control. Maintaining speed is something that I find the shoe helps me with compared to other racing style shoes. It's part of what makes the shoe what it is. But I will say it is not the most natural feeling ride. Most shoes don't have carbon fiber plates. In this shoe, it almost gives the shoe a rocker feel, kinda like a Hoka. Now I enjoy the ride, but I can see that it won't be for everybody. So the outsole is pretty much the same as last year's. You got a thin layer of rubber on the front of the shoe with a little bit on the heel. And as you can see, the middle of the shoe is exposed. The goal of this is to keep the weight down. And I think for this kind of shoe, the rubber is where it needs to be. Now traction wise, it does great on dry road-like surfaces. But on wet areas, it's kinda just there. It won't help you much. Flexibility wise, the shoe is still kinda stiff. But once again, you have a carbon fiber plate in there. So the overall shoe is just a Flyknit upgrade, and pretty much the same. Yeah, for the most part, but as much as I enjoy the hype, I cannot say that it's all peaches and cream. So while the Flyknit is a cool upgrade, I would say that it has a bit too much give in areas. One of those areas is around the midfoot. The lateral stability is not great, but hey, it's a racing shoe, it's light, and I get it. But where the issue lies is within the base of the shoe. Now the midfoot base of the shoe is really narrow, and while running, the second the Flyknit started to give, my foot essentially was leading off the footbed. And I say that to say this shoe is not wide foot friendly. And even if you have a narrow foot, you better be a very efficient runner in your foot strike. Otherwise, this may cause issues in the later miles. Now the shoe itself is very cool, but the tweaks in the upper for me ended up being more of annoyances than proper upgrades. In all fairness, this shoe was built with the elite athlete in mind, or for serious runners who are looking for that edge on race day. For $250 US, and maybe even more on the resale market, is the shoe worth it? Well, if you're one of those efficient, fast runners and don't mind the price tag, then I say yes, go for it. But I can't honestly say that it'd be worth for your typical decent runner to go out of their way to get it. I think the Vaporfly has great things going for it, but for me, it's not quite worth the investment. The ZoomX durability for me last year wasn't great. I got about 1 mile per $1. So for most people, it's going to be a race day shoe or something you can break out for a faster workout. If anything, I think the upgrades that were made in the Zoomfly Flyknit may be the way to go for most people, but that's just my opinion. Now Nike promotes how the shoe increases running efficiency by up to 4%. And well, I think most people will benefit more by training 4% smarter.
Test your might.
Well guys, that is my review. As always, I try to keep it as honest as possible, but please be sure to comment back your experiences in this year's shoe. I have a few friends that got the shoe early with me and they love it. So if you get a chance to try it, let me know how you feel about it.